Only for you, Brian, because you're the best. I gotta tell you, man, the extra snickety snacks are working for me, man. I'm working hard out in the field, and you're paying me, and you're taking care of me, and I love you, man. I love you, man. Welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Monday, March 11th, 2024. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. So excited you're here joining us live on Kruse Control for a Monday. And let's get this week kicking off because it's going to be a great week. Happy Monday. And joining me back on Kruse Control, it wouldn't be a Monday. It would not be a Monday if I didn't have the queen of Mondays, Miss Rachel Blakely. Rachel, welcome back to Kruse Control. How you doing, Rachel? Good to see you.
I'm doing good. We got a little dressed up for talking about award ceremonies today, so it's gonna be a good time.
So much Oscar stuff, right? So much Oscar stuff. What a ceremony! What a ceremony!
Razzies.
And Razzies, I know, right?
It's a few things going on.
Yeah, really.
How you doing, Rachel?
Hey there, Peppy. Hey, chat.
Yeah, it really is. It's really been quite the weekend. So I'm excited to get into all that. We're gonna have a fun time talking about that today. We really are. But we're also joined back again. Been a good mixture here on Mondays, everybody. You gotta check out his seasonings, his salts, his peppers, and his spice. Mr. Jake Slonecki. Welcome back, Jake. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Good.
He's like, what?
I'm awake.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was warm. Yeah. And then it snowed, and then it was warm again. So, yeah.
Oh, nice. That's
Hell
awesome, man.
yeah.
So good to see you.
Jake's here. Hell yeah. Jake's here.
Peppy,
Shake
what's
your
up?
boom boom. Hell yeah. Jake's here.
I like it.
He has a song now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Well, welcome back. Peppy's excited to see you too, man. Good to see you. How you been? That's so happy to have you. Happy Monday.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
It's been a long time. I'm so excited to have her back, everybody. Welcome back. You gotta check her out. Her art, everybody. Love to have her here. Miss Lexi Koval. Welcome back, Lexi. How you been? Good to see you.
Hi. Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's life been?
You never know.
You never know. I know. I'm happy to see you. It's good to see you, though. You're looking great. Looking fantastic. You have a good weekend. So good to see you.
Welcome back, Lexi.
Hi, Peppy. Hi, chat.
Hey, everybody. Good to have you here, Lexi. It's gonna be a great weekend. You have a good weekend? You have a good week? Everything's been good so far?
Yeah, it's been all right. Good weekend. So.
We're going to have a great time today. We really are. It's going to be fun. I'm happy to have you back. Happy to see everybody in the chat. Welcome back. Welcome back. Peppy is here, of course. He's been jumping in. Peppy, you doing well? How's it going?
Got a case of the Mondays.
Of the Mondays, man. We got a case of the Mondays. Come on.
Hungover from the weekend. I was out doing it, getting it in.
Okay, man. You gotta do that once in a while. But are you excited to do this? All right?
Let's do this.
Show, Peppy.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Peppy's a loose cannon sometimes, so he's having a great time, though. Yeah, but thank you all for being here. I appreciate you so much. We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be exciting, and of course, we're talking about the Oscars, the Razzies. There's other stuff I want to talk about too on top of that, and of course, it doesn't matter if it's a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, any day of the week. There's always a lot of breaking news. Let's get it. All right, the very first thing I want to talk about is Dune 2 and Kung Fu Panda, because that's out now, but the weekend box office. So Dune's been doing pretty good, everybody. Another 81 million over the weekend. It's crossed that 200 million milestone across seas. Overall, $367.5 million is made worldwide for its global box office. So pretty great. It's doing really well so far. It keeps adding up money, and of course, a big hit for WB, and they're hoping that keeps racking in money because they want to do a lot more of these things. They want to keep this train going. And Kung Fu Panda, not too bad itself, 22.2 million in 41 different markets, and it made over 80.5 million its opening weekend globally. So good for Kung Fu Panda. Even better for Dune. Doing very well. I don't need more Kung Fu Panda after this, but you know what? Jack Black will keep karate chopping and doing that shit all day. So good for him. But I am excited to see the new Beetlejuice because Michael Keaton came forward. He's saying, everybody, he's saying it's going to be great. He goes, this thing is great. He just saw the cut of it. They're doing some minor tweaks. So he's going to get back in there and watch it again. But he was talking about the whole process of becoming Beetlejuice. And he said it's been so long. He's like, I don't remember the original one. So he had to go back and watch it and recreate his character and figure it out. He's been excited to do this with Tim Burton again. Having lots of conversations about making this happen over the years. And he said he gave up on it for a long time. But now he's so happy to be coming back. And I guess Beetlejuice has a wife in this movie. That came out during this interview. Monica Bellucci's coming in to be his wife. So hopefully that's freaking cool. I mean, honestly, I'm excited about this movie. If Michael Keaton says it's going to be good, I'm going to believe him. I don't think he said anything about Batman, about the Flash before. So, if he was to the Flash would have been good, then I've been kind of hesitant about this, but I don't think he did. But sequels always come. And apparently this is one that I'm kind of shocked about, but Sky High 2 might be coming to everybody. Sky High 2. And I don't know who asked for this. Again, it had a cult classic or a cult following for a while too. It came out in 2005, and the director, Mike Mitchell, came forward and he said he's been talking to Kevin Feige about it. And apparently Kevin Feige wants to do more of this. He liked the original. You got Kurt Russell. It's got a great cast. And I think they just want to continue this forward. And they've been trying for years, but he says they got an idea and Feige's on board. So it sounds like the superheroes are coming back with their superhero academy, which is kind of like overall, kind of like The Boys, but this is, again, much more PG, much more kid-oriented than The Boys is, because The Boys is, I love it so much. But it's not like, Peacemaker was killing bitches all the time, but Peacemaker is coming back, everybody. And officially, they're going to start shooting this summer. And they're going to work hand in hand with Superman as they're shooting at the same time. And James Gunn's going to go back and forth and shoot Superman and shoot Peacemaker Season 2. Now, he wrote all of it, but he's not directing all of it. He's directing a few of the episodes, but not all of the episodes. So I'm hoping that this movie or this show will be good. They said the first season's not going to be canon, though, which makes no sense to me. Like, how can it not be canon after you did a whole season? It's James Gunn's DCU. Doesn't make any sense to me. But he said the second season will be canon, and it's going to follow after Superman. So something must happen. Maybe Peacemakers and Superman. That'd be interesting. I love John Cena. He did great at the Oscars last year, everybody. If you haven't seen that, we'll talk about that later. But I don't know, naked John Cena, everybody. It was a lot. It was a lot. But John Cena can't stop. And he's always killing people. And of course, we're talking about more murder because Only Murders in the Building has more casting news. That's right. Zach Galifianakis is coming into play a part in this new season. So kind of surprising, but I feel like people are gravitating towards this show. Again, you got big talent attached to it. Selena Gomez, Steve Martin Short. And on top of that, we got Meryl Streep showed up not last season. She's coming back. And I think that there's more and more people coming on. Jane Lynch, she died last episode. They're going to be finding out who killed Jane Lynch's character. And you also have a lot of people coming in to do this. Molly Shannon, Eva Longoria, Eugene Levy came on recently, said he signed up to be a part of this too. So I'm excited for the next season. Hopefully it's just awesome like The Last of It's been. So we'll have to wait and see though, I don't really count my chickens before they hatch, but I'm pretty fairly confident this will do well. I'm not confident about the Final Destination 6. I mean, why are we doing more? I don't know, but they gave us a title, Bloodlines, so maybe it's tying into people that have died before. Who really knows? But the original ones, whatever, they're fun. Murder, it's like, the whole situation, they're supposed to die, they don't die, now death is coming for them. So hopefully the death figures it out this time for the sixth time, but it's like 25 years since this initially came out. It's a long time, everybody, so hopefully it's good. If you like it, you're getting more Final Destination, Bloodlines moving forward. And you're also getting more Dead Zone. Now, this is another one that I'm like, I'm surprised about this. But again, we always talk about reboots, remakes, rehashes happening on the show all the time. And they want to do another reboot of Dead Zone over at Lionsgate, which has the rights for this. They want to adapt the book one more time. Stephen King's The Dead Zone. First one came out in 1983, the original one, with Christopher Walken in there kicking ass. And this one, we'll see. I don't know. Again, we talked about how they're trying to do all these movies recently. Lionsgate, they got the rights to a bunch of stuff. They're going to reboot stuff. So, I mean, maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be. Get Christopher Walken back. Get this guy back. But it's about Johnny Smith, the teacher, awakened from a coma, but discovered that his ability to see visions of other people's lives naturally leads him to discover very disturbing futures. So get ready for more Dead Zone from Lionsgate because this is moving forward. And speaking about a dead something or another, Bambi's mom's gonna die again, everybody, because Bambi is still moving forward, they say. I don't know if this is really gonna be true yet because they lost their director, and the director stepped away, Sally Polly, and she was supposed to run the whole thing, live action adaptation of Bambi. And I have a feeling, though, they haven't officially said it's done. They said it's not done. They're still moving forward, but I think it's going to be one of those projects that Bob Iger was talking about, too. I read an article about this today about how Bob Iger has been slashing a bunch of stuff we talked about last week, too, but I think this might be one of those projects. Like, do we need a live action Bambi? Do we need to see her mother die, live action being shot? I don't think so, but maybe it's for somebody. But we will get more Jurassic World because Jurassic World is going to start shooting this summer. That's right, the reboot. We've been talking about that in the show too. The reboot's coming, all new cast, all new everybody. NBC Universal's moving forward with this, and they confirmed they're going to be shooting in the UK. So it's going to start shooting this summer. They're setting a July 2025 release for this, so it's not that far away. Gareth Edwards is coming on again. We talked about him before, the director of The Creator, and he also did original Godzilla, Rogue One. He's directing this, and I think he could be great fit for moving forward for more Jurassic World, which is not going to be that far away, which is kind of surprising. But you know, it is a far way away, and a galaxy far, far away in general, too, is the new Rey movie, because Rey came forward, Daisy Ridley came forward to talk about this. Of course, everyone's asking her about what's going to happen with the Rey spinoff, and she was saying, now, she hasn't read anything. Well, she's had the bits and nods. She called it little things they've told her about it, but overall, she doesn't really know what's going on. They're asking if she's going to have kids in it. She said probably not going to have kids. Peppy's not too excited about this. You can tell he's upset. But yeah, I just don't know if this is going to be something that's going to be great, but it's a long ways away. It's going to come after Mandalorian and Grogu, so it's a long time away. She said that too. No script yet. They're still figuring that out. And she said, I probably won't have kids, but she is going to be training a new Jedi Order in this, so hopefully it's good. I hope it's good because the last ones people were really upset about. So hopefully this is good. But you can check it out with your Movie Pass because Movie Pass is still going. And they're going to start doing ads in the app. And they do ads in the app so that if you build up credits, you can watch more movies. Movie Pass is the most convoluted thing I've ever seen. It's just like, it didn't work before. Why we go back to it? Everybody can get their AMC one, get their Regal Pass, anything they want. Why you got to do this Movie Pass? I don't even know how this is still going. It started again in 2022. They made a 3-tier system. But now they're like, oh, we're going to do credits if you watch a bunch of ads on our platform. I don't know. It just seems like a mess to me. I really don't think it's going to work out in the long run for Movie Pass. You know, and something else that's not going to be on the market maybe long, it probably will be, is the Cecil Hotel, because this is one of those landmarks in LA where it's like on Skid Row, and Peppy hates it again too, but it's on Skid Row, and they tried to change it into Stay on Main. This is the whole thing. They adapted like half the floors, made like this fancy, classy thing, and Airbnb, and put it all over the place. People went there, and then all of a sudden, like some floors have like drug addicts and stuff shooting heroin, and they're like, "Oh, wrong floor." So I don't know how this is gonna work. Now, apparently most of it's empty right now, but it is up for sale right now, and I don't think anybody wants. Of course, that girl died there like years ago, where they found her in the tank, the water tank for the whole apartment complex on the rooftop, and she disappeared. And there was that weird video in the elevator. It was a freaking crazy as shit if you haven't seen it, but it's up for sale, everybody. And I don't know who would buy this, but I gotta tell you, a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news today. And I think Jake's gonna buy that hotel and convert it into a restaurant, right, Jake?
No, but I think Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures is probably gonna buy it, turn it into a museum.
That would be freaking cool.
Of course he will.
I mean,
maybe
that'll be a thing. I gotta tell you, the Stay on Main thing was hilarious. When I saw Stay on Main, I was like, no, guys, this is insane. And people bought it. They thought it was a nice place. They took weird pictures, made it look nice. And then like literally there's like 2 elevators, and one goes to like the horrible spot and one goes to the nice rooms. And people kept going the wrong elevators, apparently. And we're asking for their money back, which of course they would. Good horror movie film about that hotel. You're right, Queen.
I believe that American Horror Story Hotel used that as the inspiration for the hotel.
Yes, they did. They really did. You're right, Rachel. I remember that. I worked on a little bit of hotel. It was kind of fun.
It was a good season. Great season.
Yeah. They built the whole hotel.
They sent people from detox centers to the Cecil, like as like 30-day, you know, like the temporary housing and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's actually used for Skid Row, like temporary housing. So how does that work for those people who are like put there as like the 60 or 90-day or like how's that going to work? Like
the city will probably find an alternate hotel to do that at, or build a facility.
But I mean, like,
maybe the city will buy the Cecil.
Skid Row is currently one of the worst like epidemics of homelessness in the country. Like that's like where they send everybody. Everything's really bad there. As an investment, like the Cecil was built to be something beautiful, and they made a terrible mistake building it where they did, and like immediately it went under. And its history is just of poverty and people trying to survive and living in it. So it's never really had success as that, because the area of town that it's based in has always been poverty, and as such, you're not going to have any success with that. Skid Row has to get fixed first in order to have anything from that hotel succeed. The fact that they were renting that out to regular people and telling people like to go stay at it, that was so messed up. Like, could you imagine like renting a hotel room and going, oh, it looks really cute, and then like you end up in freaking Skid Row?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I mean, I'm not belittling like the needs of the people of Skid Row. I'm just like, could you imagine being a tourist and being sent to Skid Row in LA? It is the worst like area of like any city, and like, oh my god, like what are you thinking even considering that? Like that hotel needed to just be reserved for the people who needed it for temporary housing, or even like low income housing, or
which works very well.
So I don't know, whoever buys it trying to convert it into an attraction, that's so gross and so tacky, like you were saying, which I don't doubt they would do that, but like that's so gross and tacky, because it's just like that's a need for people in that area who need some like drug rehabilitation or like temporary housing, or even housing in general. Like we're in such a housing crisis right now, and like they're just going to do something either tacky with it, or they're going to buy it and shutter it.
I wouldn't put it past Zach Douchebaggin to do something like that.
I 100% agree with Lexi.
Yeah, I do too. I agree with Lexi too. It's like, it's pretty tacky, but I think
of how bad Skid Row is going to get taking that away.
I just also think that it's crazy though. Again, like you were saying as well, the whole thing, they were trying to just like play it off as this nice place, like on Main. And I laugh because there's a lot of
imagine.
There's Denny's. Denny's does that too. Denny's has like a different thing, and it's like, what, this isn't. I ordered food one time, like Uber Eats, like, oh, this place looks nice. It's just Denny's comes in a Denny's.
The ghost restaurants.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are trickery. There's a lot of trickery going on there, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that hotel. But I'm excited to see what happens with it, and hopefully they could change downtown more. But downtown just needs a lot of love, and this is one of those bad areas. So we'll see who buys this, but maybe it'll become an event. Maybe someone will fix the whole place up. Who knows? And again, there's a relocation problem, so we'll see what happens with it. But a lot of breaking news, everybody, and I'm excited to see what everybody has. We're starting some little hot takes, but there's also, this is that time to put that minute on the clock. Everybody gets to give us what they say is their hot takes. All right, now it's time for those hot takes. Again, this is at a time to put 1 minute on the clock, and all my guests get that 1 minute to break down all their hot takes for all the latest breaking news. Now, can they make it before the bomb blows up and they're out of time? Whoa, blow up, bam, 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 they're out of time, they're done, and their hot takes end. That's the question we're going to find out very shortly. And it's up to you, the audience, to decide who wins hot takes. And I'm excited to see who you think will win today. And I'm excited for all the hot takes. Very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. I go to Rachel first. Rachel, who do you think's going to go first on the hot takes? Who are you feeling? You feeling yourself? You feeling you put it off with somebody else? How you feeling today?
We've seen Jake over there off screen scribbling notes down like crazy, so I think he's ready to go.
How you feeling about that, Jake, huh?
I'm fine. We can do that.
Right? I think so. So, Jake, are you ready for your hot takes?
Yeah, hold on.
You're like, give me a second. He's like, I believe in you, Jake. I do. I believe in you. I really do. You got this, Jake. Right? Pepe's got this, right?
And here we go.
All right. Here we go, Jake. Get ready for your hot takes. I'm queuing the clock up. We're ready to do this. Take a breath. All right.
Yeah.
Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Right on. Dune keeps up the spice, and the panda thing is zenning out. It's pretty cool. I think Beetlejuice 2 is going to be exciting. The first one was always just bizarre and weird. Every time I look at Orion and I see his shoulder and I think of Beetlejuice the star, I think of the movie.
Nice.
You got to be sky high to expect anything great from James Gunn. Zach Galifianakis is an actual Peacemaker, so I think it's kind of cool that he's going to be part of the murderers thing. Let's see. Another Final Destination. Nah, not into it. We could probably just leave that to the Dead Zone along with Bambi. They don't really need to make anything else. Like all these attempts at remaking stuff is just ridiculous. Jurassic World, I haven't seen anything past the first Jurassic Park, so I probably won't watch it. Ray with Star Wars, just make it. People will watch. It doesn't matter. Movie Pass, everything's going to have an ad pay thing now, so it doesn't matter. And the Cecil Hotel, tear it down.
Tear it down, Jake says. And Jake got his hot takes. Jake, how does it feel? Give him everything. To the face, the fireworks, balloons. Jake, how does it feel?
Everything's exploding over here. Feels good.
It's exploding. Great
I
job,
think I got
Jake.
it all.
Great hot takes.
I don't know if I got it all or not.
You
But-
did.
I think you got it all.
Got it.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Great job, Jake. Great hot
Thank you.
takes. Awesome, man. Feeling good. You feeling good about it, Jake? You think you got a chance to win tonight? Green light
No. I don't
Last
know. We'll see.
Monday. You got this.
Yeah. You got it last Monday.
I did,
Jake,
didn't
there's a
I?
chance.
That's right.
There's always a chance.
Yeah. All right. I'm excited,
All
but
right.
there's still
All
two
right.
really good people to go, so we'll see.
You got me here. I
Mhm.
never win.
Hey, Lexi, it might be your day too. It might be your day. Peppy, what would you do at the Cecil Hotel? Would you do anything great with it? Would you have fun?
I'd pee on this if I could.
Okay, Peps. All right, that's what Peps would do. All right,
Honey,
Rachel,
I've
who's
already
going
done
next?
Everything's covered in pee.
Yeah.
We'll save
Let's
the
get
prettiest
serious,
for
beautiful.
last. So
Talk
Lexi
to
will
me.
go last. I'll go next.
You go next? All right.
Yep.
All right. All right. So Lexi's going to go last. Rachel's going next. Rachel, are you stoked? Are you ready? You got this?
I'm ready. I got this. Let's.
Okay. Like I told Jake, you got to take a breath, though. You got to get ready because it gets pretty intense sometimes in the hot takes. Take the pressure down. Get excited. Whew, I'm feeling
I
good
make
about
it
it. I'm feeling
almost
good
all
about
the time. We got this.
it. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Dune killing it in the theaters. Of course it is. Kung Fu Panda is not super killing it. I think it's on its way out. Beetlejuice 2, if Keaton says it's going to be good, that gives me a little bit more faith in it. Sky High 2, why? No one wants that. Peacemaker Season 2, it not being canon, the Season 1 not being canon is stupid. I don't understand why they're going with that. Zach Galifianakis going to Only Murderers. That show is a magnet for comedians. Final Destination 6 is going to be amazing. I am 100% here for it. Love the Final Destination series. It's stupid and amazing. Dead Zone remake. Why? We don't need this. Live action Bambi. Again, it's not really live action. It's just a different type of animation, and also why. Jurassic World. I don't understand how they would even pull that off, considering how the last few movies ended. The Ray movie, they should have made it a TV show instead. Movie Pass is stupid, and the Cecil Hotel
Yeah, very problematic. But Rachel got it, everybody. Give her the lights, give her the fireworks, give her the fireworks. Rachel Hudson.
feels good. Feels good that the chat believed in me, and I didn't fail them.
You got it. There's no failing today. I feel like we're getting a hat trick here. Everybody's gonna get their hot takes today. I'm feeling good about this.
I think so
I'm feeling
too.
good
I think
about it.
Lexi's got it.
I think she's got it. I do. Lexi, I believe in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Bambi's mother. Yeah. All right, Lexi, come on. You got this. I mean, you're gonna make it a hat trick. 1, 2, 3. The hot takes are coming. I don't know why we just switched over to Rachel, but Rachel, good to see you again. All right, Lexi, we gotta get serious for you now. I gotta take the jokes away. Here we go. Hot takes time. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Dune 2, The Spice Must Flow. Michael Keaton on Beetlejuice 2. If he's actually praising it, it might actually be good because he hates everything. Sky High 2. I forgot that fucking movie even existed, so I don't even know why they're making a sequel to it. Peacemaker. I'm excited, but yeah, the canon stuff, like, that's bullshit. Same thing she said. Only Murder seems to pull comedians like a fucking magnet. Final Destination. We're a Final Destination household. Very excited for this. Dead Zone. Stop. Bambi, what the fuck? You want photorealistic Bambi? Fuck off. Jurassic Park, fuck off. Star Wars, fuck off. Movie Pass with ads? Why? Let's keep like putting ads and everything, and you know how I feel about the Cecil Hotel. Okay,
Hey, you know what though? Look at I killed it. She
You got
said.
time to spare. You got any other
Time
thoughts?
to spare. No,
You got any thoughts?
no, because I don't care.
All
About
right.
remakes. Bullshit. Stop remaking shit. You know how I feel about remakes. Something
I know.
new.
Oh, you got it. How's it feel, Lefty?
For once, right?
Yeah, you got. I believed in you. I told you got this. Woo!
Yeah, you gotta win sometimes, right?
You gotta win sometimes.
Oh, I got first.
Yeah, everybody's gonna win.
A full gamut.
Everybody wins. Everybody wins on Kruse Control.
That's because we're a bunch of winners.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
We're a
right.
bunch of winners. I'm gonna start the poll right now, everybody. So check it out. Polls out there. Let us know what you think wins hot takes, and we'll come back to it in about a minute, and we'll give the results as we've been doing recently. So, because I always forget, so we're doing that as a 1-1-2 combo, and it makes it easier. Yeah, the Cecil Hotel, the Peacemaker thing, kind of is interesting to me though too. Like we were saying, like how do you not connect it? You know, how was the first season? Because they had Aquaman, I guess, in the original one. It was so good.
Yeah,
Was it
first
because the
and
Justice League was there? You think that's why they had Barry and they had Aquaman? I think that's why. Yeah.
Who fucking
Maybe.
knows? It was a poor choice.
Just let it live in that version of the universe. Just
Right,
let it
yeah.
continue being its own thing.
Yeah. I agree too.
Or
Like
stop
just let it
making
be
it.
it.
Don't
Yeah,
do
'cause-
this half and half bullshit.
But I love John Cena in this role. You know, I think he does a great
yeah.
job. He's
It's
been
a
really
great
It was
show.
excellent. There's
yeah,
nothing
he's
bad
been really
about
finding
it.
his way. But they're just like, for James Gunn, I don't know how he's to do it all. He's gonna do Superman the same time he's shooting this too. Like that seems like it's a lot to put on your plate. But I guess he'll probably just pawning off more of the directing to new people because he just can't do it all.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of faith in somebody who's being given way too much, and you can have a lot of faith in somebody, but if you put too much on anybody's plate, they could overload, and then who knows, the quality could go down on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
always the
He's
problem.
about
That,
to be
and
the
that-
busiest man in Hollywood.
Right.
yeah, he's got
The
a lot to
entire
do.
DC library is about to be fucking his. Go deal with it.
Yeah,
We
you
believe
got this,
in you.
right?
It's like great, but like you gonna pass some of those projects off to someone else? No, it's all
Nah.
mine. Oh, okay, fucking, you
Oh.
got this, bud. You take
yeah,
that
come on,
trauma fucking background and show us how you can fucking gorilla this shit together. Then
man. I mean, we saw that worked out so well last time with Zack Snyder taking over
Right.
everything. You know.
Oh please,
So-
that's what you. Well, you don't get a music video director, you get a splatter director.
Yeah. Will John keep his costume on, GR? No, he will not. The whitey tighties or tighty whities, however you like to say it, will be happening again probably. And he was naked last night on the Oscars. That was quite something. I was like, all right.
It's what
John
America
Cena don't care.
deserved. We've had a
Yep.
hard year.
Is he
Give us-
America's new ass?
Maybe. He's
Captain-
DC's
Hope not.
ass.
No,
I
no.
hope not, Jake
No.
says.
Chris Evans will always be America's ass. Captain
Yes.
America.
The one true American ass. Right, Jake?
It's America's ass.
As long as he sits on it, like everybody else.
Yeah. I'm excited to see where that goes, though. I'm going to see where Peacemaker goes, but I think they are making a big mistake by not making it all canon. You can ignore the last scene where you saw. Yeah, you can ignore where the Justice League came in at the end. Doesn't matter. You know, it's just dumb.
Make
You know,
it a
I feel like
dream
they're just trying-
sequence.
Yeah.
Remember that scene? It didn't happen anyway.
just
Right.
didn't happen.
You could retcon anything.
Yeah.
Except for the entire fucking series.
Oh shit! I forgot, Peppy. We're gonna do hot takes today. I forgot.
My
to ask.
lawyer advises me not to answer that question.
Oh, okay. So I guess not.
So if these takes
I
are a
guess.
little bit too hot for YouTube, it would get the channel demonetized. It would be a whole problem.
Yeah,
I
that would
agree
be-
with Rachel.
Yeah, see, Peps knows. Peps really does know. Yeah. But thank you all. I might as well close it, I think, at this point. I think it's enough time to see who wins hot takes. So, with the poll being closed right now, the question is, everybody, who do you think won hot takes? The anticipation is just building. It's exciting to see. Did Peppy win today? Rachel won hot takes, everybody. Rachel, congratulations. Give her the fireworks. Give her one more time. Congratulations. Some balloons. Celebrate
Thank you,
on.
chat. Thank you. You like me. You really like me.
Great job, everybody. There were great hot takes across the board. Honestly, great job, everybody, and thank you for voting out there, the crowd, and giving us, in the chat and letting us know how you feel. To you, crowd. To you, chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. But appreciate you all. Great hot takes. That was a lot of fun. We do have a lot to talk about today. There is a lot. Like I said, the Oscars is going to be enough in its own, and the Razzies was kind of fun. But there's also something that, that just kind of came out since we're talking about the DCU and what's been going on before that with somebody else, a big time director came forward, not talking about, DCU, but talking about Barbie. And that's where I have to ask everybody, can we talk about Zack Snyder for a second? I just want to talk about Zack Snyder for a brief second because he came forward with this formula because he's like, guys, I know how this works with Netflix and all their process now because he's trying to say that his movie, Rebel Moon, which has been panned and people have been really hating on, he's like, oh, it did better than Barbie. It made more than Barbie. He goes, let me break this equation down for you, though. Here's his equation. He's like, Rebel Moon. He goes, according to Netflix, it had 90 million views, okay? 80 or 90, something like that, million accounts watched it. And he goes, if 2 people watch it on each count, then it's 160 million people actually watch this. And that's $160 and about $10 a ticket if it was in theaters. That makes to about $1.6 billion. So it did better than Barbie.
Okay.
Sure, okay, bud. Zack Snyder.
We'll see which beloved classic goes down in history, huh?
Right? And I'm just like, it's just like dumb because it didn't go to limited theaters or something like that. So you don't have that kind of money. And it's math. Like, you don't even know how many butts would actually come to seats. You can't compare like box office to streaming. It just doesn't ever work. So it's him trying to make himself feel good about his bomb of a movie that is the second one coming. And I didn't think it was horrible. It wasn't the best, but I just think that overall, like, this is just faulty math. I mean, he's trying to say he had the biggest movie of 2023 and he just didn't, Are you surprised by this, Rachel? Are you shocked? Do you think Zack Snyder's just smoking the wrong hookah? What do you think's happening here?
I think the man's delusional. Get it together, Zack Snyder. Like, you really think this movie, I know like 2 people who've seen, was bigger than the biggest pop culture phenomenon of the last like 5 years, arguably? Okay, yeah. Bud. Okay, how many Oscars did you get nominated for?
I'm surprised I didn't get any Razzies.
Right.
I almost would have paid that more too.
The GR is right here. That's some creative accounting. That's some.
That's what all those IRS agents they hired went and did for him.
Yeah. Like, there's a joke out there that men can't measure things because they're always lying about different measurements. I think Zach's having a little bit of a measurement problem here.
Shout out to Zack Snyder and his measurements. His eye penis is not that strong today.
His eye penis is very weak.
It usually is.
I just think, though, I mean, if this did go to theaters and stuff, yes, it'd be different. Rebel Moon was unwatchable. It was. I watched the whole thing. I don't know. It just seemed like it was just too much. Maybe the second one would be better. I thought it was all right sci-fi movie. Jesus, there's a second one coming in April 19th. The second one comes out. They shot them back to back. So
when you fail nowadays, you get a sequel.
If they already filmed it when they were filming the first one, they didn't know how much it was gonna suck. Now they're just kind of like, well, I guess we have to give this to you.
The completed films that actually sound decent and good, we're gonna throw into a trash can and use for tax credits.
That's WB.
And then we're gonna film 16 of the same pieces of shit and put them. Well, I know it's WB, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's the point. Like, it's like the guy's making like turds over here. People are going
right.
And then over here we've got some well-made thing and they're going, what? Let's just throw that out. You know what I mean? Like, no one even gets a chance with it. And it's just like, what the fuck is this world? What even are we?
Yeah. I will say this too, Lexi, about the movie though itself. It's like, of course it was visually nice. Like, he's great with visuals, right. Like, there's a lot of great scenery.
He's a music video director. That's all he's good at. Yeah. He's a music video director. He's very good at visual effects. He's just pissed off that his feminist masterpiece, Sucker Punch, nobody gave a shit about it, and that Barbie is doing better. That's all.
Sucker Punch was.
I don't know if I would call Sucker Punch a feminist masterpiece, but it is his only good film.
It's his only good film, genuinely. Well, that's because of the giant 2-hour music video.
Right, like, it's great. Yeah. It's visually very interesting. The story is almost non-existent.
Are those sequences of music and visual, like. That's all he's good at, which Sucker Punch is literally just those visual sequences with music. He's very good at those. Outside of that, he's a complete failure as a director. And like the fact they keep handing him stuff like over and over and over and over, I'm like, I don't understand it. I know he's got a bro culture behind him that loves his lifting and watching him power lift his big muscles and shit. Like I get that, but like,
is that a thing he does? I didn't even know that.
No, he really does. He has a huge like bro culture behind him. He's like big fucking. He's jacked. So like people love watching him lift. I'm not even joking. So look at his Instagram.
Can you even lift, bro? Can you even direct, bro?
So like
Zack
there's like
Snyder.
there's a whole culture behind that with him, and I think that's where a lot of like his stuff comes. But like his visuals too have also completely declined since he discovered that fucking camera that he loves and he's obsessed with, and he won't stop using that one camera that's designed for doing slow motion sequences.
Yes.
Like entire films with it. And it's like the camera.
It's his favorite thing in the world.
That camera isn't designed for that. That camera is designed for very specific things. You can't shoot an entire film with it. You can if you have a very specific design in mind. Don't shoot an entire zombie film with it. That was dumb. Like the quality of the work that you put out is not good. You are good at very specific things. You want to go shoot commercials? Go back to commercials. Like you'd be great for commercials. You'd be great for music videos. If you want to go back to that stuff, like you have a purpose. I'm not saying the guy doesn't have a good visual eye and he's not good at like that, but he is an absolute cripplingly bad director. Giving him a franchise is the worst thing you can do for your franchise. The fact that they handed the DC universe to him blew my mind. That first Superman movie was terrible, and nothing he made after it was good. And everybody was like, "Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is terrible," and they just kept investing and investing and investing. It's that same thing. It's like since like the 2000s and up, people create incompetent work over and over and over, and they just keep getting a pass and a pass and a pass and a pass. In the 80s, in the 90s, you make one mistake, your career is done. Like I talked about before, John Carpenter, his whole career was done with The Thing. We look at it now as a critical mass, like a darling, but it was failure back in the day. That destroyed that man's career. People don't get the even independent careers that like you get when you fail in a lot of cases like he did. I don't get it. Get like how so many people can make shit and get a pass. And they just keep getting like the same IP over and over and over and over, and they just keep going. And people keep coming back and saying, "This is bad. This is bad. This is bad." Okay, well, we're going to keep making more of it.
I gotta tell you, I kind of like Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel. That was like the one I liked.
You know what? I like Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
But I only liked it because I thought Ben Affleck was excellent as Batman. I thought he was one of the best Batman ever. He was amazing because the best thing, what you need for Batman is that you have to have a good Bruce Wayne. And so he was an amazing Bruce Wayne. He had that charisma of being able to do the Playboy while being able to do the Batman part. It doesn't matter who's in the suit. The suit's irrelevant. You can put a ninja in the suit for all that matters, right? It's an actor. So it's like you can put whoever you want in the suit as long as they like have look and you can CG the face on it. It doesn't matter, right? As long as they can like act the part of Bruce Wayne, that's the relevant part. That's what made Keaton so good. Keaton was an excellent Bruce Wayne.
He was fucking great.
It wasn't about Batman that was good. It was just Bruce Wayne. I always thought Bale was a terrible Bruce Wayne. And that's why he was a bad Batman to me. Like those movies are not good to me because I always thought he was a bad Bruce Wayne. He wasn't appealing in a Bruce. He wasn't a playboy. He always felt like he was sick and like didn't want to play with anyone. It was like there's no appeal to that.
Also, the best Bruce Wayne. Best Bruce Wayne, George Clooney. He really is Bruce Wayne in real life.
He was excellent all day.
He's the best Bruce Wayne. He's not a good Batman, but the best Bruce Wayne.
Terrible fucking Batman. But yeah, absolutely not wrong. Like it's because it's charisma. It's about charisma. It's about being able to like own those things. It's
Welcome to Kruse Control, Doc Savage. Good to see you. Yeah, I agree. Jake, how you feeling about this though? Are you a Snyder fanboy? Are you excited for his math? Do you think it makes sense? Did Rebel Moon destroy Barbie? Is that a thing, or do you feel like he's just trying to stretch because again he's been getting a lot of flack for how well or how bad the movie actually did?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I haven't seen it, so I haven't watched Barbie either. So
you're missing out.
Yeah, I bet I'm missing out a lot. Let's see. Either he's joking or he really thinks his math is accurate, which I highly doubt anybody who has half of a neuron firing can think that that's actual math. So it's probably half joking, and he's just trying to he's getting himself into the spotlight with words and not with his movies. So
everybody's talking about it. Like he did that Joe Rogan thing, and this is where it came from. It came like people are talking about him having Batman kill people, and then now this came out too, where people have been talking about this online too, about how he's trying to say, of course, after the Oscars, that it did better than Barbie.
Yeah, I mean, he's accomplishing his goal of getting his name out there, even though his movie didn't do it for him. So it's not stupid.
Did we need his name more out there? Did we
I
need
mean,
that?
no, but I mean, if
He thinks so.
yeah, clearly it worked. So
It did work.
yeah,
But yeah, I think his math is crazy. It's kind of funny, but it's also like, again, everyone's talking about Barbie, so he's just trying to jump on that train. And he knows his next movie is coming out soon, so he's probably going to start talking about that. The director's cut's actually going to come out for Rebel Moon 1 very soon as well. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just wild. He's got a lot happening with that. And Netflix apparently believes in it. They have a video game coming out for Rebel Moon, and they have like all these action figures and stuff. And they wanted to be something big because it was supposed to be a Star Wars project, and then it became Rebel Moon because Star Wars canned it, and then he went over there with Netflix and did it. So, yeah, Batman isn't a killer, by the way. We had that whole conversation, Doc Savage.
No, he doesn't kill.
Yeah, but Snyder's he did.
It's like his whole thing.
Yeah, he does not kill.
Swear to me.
And he won't use a gun at all, like completely. Like it goes.
Old school Batman used to use a gun, but he wouldn't kill people with it.
Yeah, he had the anti-bat repellent bat spray as well, or the anti-shark repellent bat spray. That's from the original movie. Like, what? It was great. Adam West, I know Queen said she liked him the best too. Adam West, he was great. R.I.P. He was literally really good, funny Batman for that time. You know, it was great. Adam West, fuck yeah. But yeah, but Snyder's just trying to get But Snyder's just trying to get in the limelight, Lexi. He's just trying to get out there, I think. And I think his math is kind of funny after this weekend. It just is. You know, everyone's been talking about Barbie. Yeah, he just needs some more Kenergy, I think, right? And then he'd be doing better. But yeah.
He could never understand Kenergy.
Jake's like, I don't know about this Kenergy.
Kenergy is just that. Yeah, whatever.
It's I don't know. Big dick energy. I don't know if that's what it is. Is that what it is?
I don't think so. No.
He has the
I guess I don't know what
energy
Kenergy
of
is.
small soul.
Kenergy is take a step back and let her use plastic.
All right.
And don't feel self-conscious about it.
Yep, it's fine. She's got needs and you can't fulfill them. So sit down, sir.
And go about your business.
Snyder gives never has satisfied a woman energy.
Yeah.
Well,
100%.
Sorry, Snyder. Big trash on you. I think it's changing how you thought this was going to go. But again,
his films give that energy too.
Right.
They do. It's just too much slow-mo. I mean, I enjoy some of it, but just too much slow-mo. But, you know, and he's influenced a lot of people to make even more slow-mo. But you know what? He's not going to stop. But he's just going to keep making movies, and Zack Snyder thinks he did better than Barbie with Rebel Moon, and I don't think we buy it. I don't think we buy it. I don't think he did. So, sorry, Zack. We'll see how Rebel Moon 2 does, but I don't think it'll be over $1 billion like Barbie. I just don't think it will. And again, you're going straight to Netflix, so these numbers don't make any sense. It's fun. You're having fun with it, but it's not accurate. But anyways, we got a lot to talk about tonight. I want to get into the Razzies and the Oscars, so now it's time for us to get into it. All right, I want to talk about the Razzies, and again, the Razzies are just quite a thing. You know, if you ever watched them before, they're really just a really shitty YouTube show now at this point. And what they, you know, that's pretty much all it is. But it's fun because they do trash talk some of the movies that just didn't do that well. And the biggest ones that came out of the Razzies this year were, of course, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That one they just trashed on big time. They gave it worst picture, worst screen combo, worst screenplay, worst director, worst prequel, remake, ripoff, sequel. Yeah, so just swept the award ceremony with this.
And it really deserved it. It worked hard for those awards, and it really truly deserved every single one it got.
Put all the effort into taking a thing that went out for public domain and going, how can I cash in on this as quickly as humanly possible?
Yeah, and they did. And you know, the director Rice Frank Waterfield, he got slammed to Field White. What a name too. Rice Frank Waterfield. Good for him. He just got trashed for this too. You know, they tried to, again, it's just jumping on, like you're saying, the open domain, public domain stuff. We're gonna have more Mickey Mouse stuff coming too. I imagine that will probably be just trashed. Yeah, they'll probably be trashed big time.
I know you had them on, but that's probably going to show up on there too. You know?
Yeah, it probably will. It probably will. Unfortunately for them, but you know, you're trying something, you're jumping on a bandwagon, something like that. They were the first people to make something, so it's good for them. It's like, but again, do we need it? We don't really need it. You know, we just don't. But worst actor went to Jon Voight too for Mercy. Worst supporting actor went to Stallone for Expendables, which I like to call Expendables. And then then Megan Fox, she got 2 awards, everybody.
She got
worst
2.
actress. Worst actors and worst supporting actress for Johnny and Clyde, which that looks horrible, everybody. I just couldn't watch it. And
What
then
is
for
it?
Expendables for best supporting as well. Yeah, it was her and Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh dear Lord.
I've heard
Yeah,
of that. Yeah, I heard
couldn't-
she was being abused the whole time that she was filming that too.
which is a whole thing. They broke up after all that too,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's probably just
I
like a
think they got
tragic
back
thing to
together,
watch on screen.
unfortunately.
Did they?
Yeah,
Ugh.
they don't.
Well,
they
good
can't
for
stay
them.
apart.
That's called love and misery, I guess. You know, something like that. But
Yeah.
Maybe
you know,
they
she
went to a
can't-
lot of therapy.
I hope they did. You know,
No.
honestly, I'll put it out there. I hope that they're very happy. I hope they're not living in a bad relationship because, you know,
Didn't he almost shoot her?
Probably.
Well,
I
he's a machine gun, so
Yeah.
It's dangerous when you're dating a machine gun.
yeah, look out.
Jake.
Sorry. I had to say it.
It was good. It was good. It was good.
Well, she did break up with 22 Michael. She had to get upgraded.
Yeah, we'll see. There you go.
But how do we feel about the Razzies overall? Let's go to Jake first. Jake, how you feel about this? Do you think this makes sense that the one that wins the big awards, which actually kind of loses, is Winnie the Pooh because of how it's delved into this whole domain of like ripping off an IP-ness that has just been open to the public domain? Or do you think it just shouldn't have been trashed that hard?
I don't know. The idea of like Winnie the Pooh is a little bit spooky to begin with. I mean, I know it's just like this bear that lives in the woods and loves honey, and this kid goes out there because he's trying to escape his home life. It's got a little bit of a weird vibe to it anyway. But if it's, you know, if the idea is filmed poorly, directed poorly, written poorly, then yeah, it deserves some unpopped popcorn. Look at that thing.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
terrifying.
Shazam got slammed too. It was nominated, and there's so many movies like, you know, that have been nominated. Exorcist was nominated. They
It
hit
kind
that.
of looks like John Candy
next
from.
to each other.
It looks like John Candy.
A
little bit.
It's kind of like John Candy.
Shazam looks excited by Pooh. He's like, "Oh my god!" Look.
Yeah, hey bud.
I
see you.
man. Can I have
Yeah.
some
We're
of that,
on the
honey?
same award ceremony.
This is fucking great. You know.
Wow,
Who
he's
would've
pretty
thought?
happy about it.
Who would have thought, right?
Yeah, that's like you see your buddy walk in the door at the bar. That's the look you give him.
They made
Yeah.
some poor effects artist make that Pooh mask, and then they didn't pay them properly for it.
Oh,
Yeah, they
geez,
gave
I
up.
believe it.
just turned in
trade
what
for
they had.
Portfolio.
Exchange for
Jake, are you surprised that Expendables got slammed so hard?
Maybe a little bit. I watched the first one. I thought it was great. I haven't seen
Yeah.
any of the subs. You know, I haven't seen any of the ones since. But if it's the same movie over and over again, then yeah, it deserves a Razzie.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I think that's it.
Gotcha.
What's up, Ty? Good to see you, man. Yeah, that's the whole thing too. It is kind of the same deal over and over and over and over again.
I
I
didn't
think
even know it came
Stallone.
out. I
I
didn't even
didn't
know it was
either.
in
I
development.
didn't know there was a 4 at all. I thought 3
I
was
saw
where
them
they
on the list
stopped.
of winners. I was like, that sounds
Like,
fake.
what?
Right?
You're damn right.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I just really didn't want to. I mean, I saw the trailer. The trailer actually didn't look too bad, but then again, it's like, how many times can we do this and make it work? You know, and make it work. The Exorcist was really bad. I know that's the whole thing. It got slammed. They made like $30 million. They made it for 30 million. They still made like 60 million, I think, or 70 million for that. So they made money off it, but overall, it's like barely made money, and they spent $400 million for the Exorcist franchise, and they're doing more. I mean, Jason Blum just came forward and said, "You're doing another one still." They're just trying to figure it out. I don't believe it. It's like it's just not doing.
No sequel for The Exorcist has ever been good and ever done well.
Yeah, they're trying. Are you shocked about these? Are you shocked about these Razzies, Lexi? Are you shocked by this lineup? Are you surprised these got hit so hard? And do you think that Megan Fox should have been nominated for an Oscar instead?
No, not at all. I mean, Blood and Honey, I think these IP movies, you know, it's a different time though. Like someone commented on the thing, like, oh, like, you know, remember when like Catwoman did and stuff, or like Freddy Got Fingered, or
Yeah.
you know, there was always this like kind of thing with the Razzies where they kind of went for like Hollywoodish kind of stuff, and it seems like we're at a point now with the Razzies where it's like, oh, the shit that's clearly shit. Like Blood and Honey was never gonna be a good film, right?
Right.
Does it
No,
deserve a
never gonna
Razzie?
be.
Like it was a Razzie on its
Look at
own.
him. Look
It
at him.
was- it was already like the most unappealing idea. It was a stupid idea. I think Exorcist deserves a Razzie. I think a high budget film that comes out thinking, an expectation like that, those are the ones you give Razzies to. I don't think like these
Indie
dump truck
films?
fires. Yeah, like remember that one that guy shot in that Disney park that I talked about on the
Escape from Tomorrow.
Yeah, like don't give that a Razzie. Like that was like it's just
God,
a
that was the worst fucking movie I've ever
It's one of the
watched.
worst movies I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? But like, it's an experiment. It's not really like something you go on. I feel like this is an experiment. Like somebody gave up an IP or an IP. It became public domain, and somebody said, "Watch this." And so it's not really like an attempt at something. It was a cash grab, last minute. Like there was no relevance to what made. It didn't matter what they wrapped around it. It was always going to make some money back because just the pure concept of Winnie the Pooh horror movie, there you go, money's coming in. That's all it is.
Here we go.
It's just, and the same with this one.
Cash grab.
Like I said before, like the gentlemen that are working on, they would seem like very nice guys, but like it's another attempt at this new IP is dropping up. We're gonna make a horror movie on it. Every time a cartoon IP is gonna drop from here on out, somebody's gonna fucking go make a horror movie.
Absolutely.
On it. Because it's just about taking something that's from children and warping it, right? It's all about taking something cute and warping. It's all about taking the absurd and warping. It's just about like, how can we take something that's existed in this form and warp it to another form and give it back to you as quick as possible to make as much money off of it in this moment while we've had that idea in our head, right? So we're all on the internet, we're all like, oh my God, let's all talk about it real quick. And then like, shit it out. Right. And somebody did. And that guy who had the money in the moment to do it is the guy who's going to make the money back from it in that moment. So is that worth a Razzie, or is the people who said, let's make a new Exorcist movie the ones who deserve the Razzie more? I think the ones who made the Exorcist movie deserve the Razzie way more because they went and put way more money and way more time into the idea that this movie has any success. Like high level IPs, things like that. I think Moon, what's the Zack Snyder, he deserves one.
Rebel Moon. Yeah, he got it. And I know Doc Savage asked about the Meg 2. It was nominated for Worst Picture as well, the Meg 2 was. I actually liked the Meg 2. It was horrible. It's not a good movie, but it's hilarious. And they're walking like in the trench in the bottom of the ocean.
It's supposed to be bad. Like calling
it's okay for some movies to be bad.
Well,
some movies are meant to be bad.
I think Meg deserves one, and it wants it.
Right?
It's like I want that. Like some people make movies and they want those Razzies. They're like, I want this. Like that's our goal kind of thing. I don't know if
they're
Megan
shooting
Fox
for that.
Deserved it. I feel like Megan Fox is Hollywood's punching bag. I think she's one of the
really is. She gets a rough go
deserve the shit that she is. She's in an abusive relationship, and she's not in a good place in her life or her career, and she's allowing her career to diminish based on who she's with and her behavior. Is that okay? Am I justifying her behaviors? No, not necessarily, but also like she needs help and she needs someone to come in and probably help her. Yeah. So like instead of like, belittling her and belittling this shit project that Machine Gun Kelly made and put her in, and basically as his girlfriend, she's just kind of like, okay, I have to be here because he's gonna make her do it. The guy's like I just said, put a gun to her. She's gonna do it, right? And if they're in this really toxic, abusive relationship, she loves him. She's going to support him no matter what idiotic idea he comes up with. This guy has been banned by more venues for his behavior than any fucking like performer out there. He cannot get like a insurance for performing, which is why so many don't have him, because he is so toxic as a performer that they can't get insurance for him. And I knew that
he didn't get a Razzie. His girlfriend, who has been Hollywood's punching bag for the last 20 years, did.
Yeah. It's just unfair to Megan Fox to constantly just rip on her all the time. She doesn't deserve it, and it's really like...
That's a good point!
You're going to have a Courtney Love is what you're going to have. You're going to rip her apart until she's broken completely and falling apart in the streets, and then everybody's going to make fun of her and then wonder why she's, spewing the stuff that she's spewing because we broke her. We broke her as a society. She's another Britney Spears.
I hope that doesn't happen to her. I really hope it does. And she seems like she kind of shakes it off. She seems like she kind of shakes it off a little bit. But then again, that's only a persona I put out there in the public, and beyond that, who knows? Yeah. But the Razzies it's just interesting when they just attack people too. Giving her 2 awards, like, come on, guys. It feels like they are kind of going after her. Rachel, does anything surprise you with this whole situation? Are you shocked by Blood and Honey being the big winner? I guess at this take home for the Razzies.
It's a big winner.
It's a big winner.
I actually was really on board for it winning all these Razzies, and then Lexi's opinion changed my mind. I 100% agree that you have to have a big studio backing to be nominated for a Razzie. Leave the shitty indie films alone. Let people make shitty low budget films. B films exist for a reason. They always have. Let those exist. When a major studio makes a flop, makes something truly terrible, give that a Razzie.
Yeah, like Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam. That deserves a Razzie right there. That first one was so good, and that second one was so bad. Yeah, he's an asshole. Like, there's an actor
it was nominated.
that deserves an award. He's a fucking asshole, apparently. He won't even have to work in the industry anymore because of how he behaved on that movie. And then you're gonna give it to her? Fuck that.
And he said a bunch of shit too right before it came out, ruining it, you know, like really ruined the box office as well. So you gotta be careful what you say when you're an actor. And Megan Fox, Rachel, I mean, like, honestly, she has taken a lot of shit. She's been a punching bag, but I hope she'll be okay.
I hope she's okay. She's gone through a lot of shit in her career. She's had Machine Gun Kelly's not the first shitty man to come in and try to fuck with her career. So hopefully
Machine Gun Kelly,
she's able to kind of have a second act career. She's kind of starting to age out of the roles that she previously had. So hopefully there's going to be something for her in the future.
That's really funny.
Shazam.
That's great.
Shazam. Thanks, David Banner. That was pretty good.
Banner. That's amazing.
I did like Nicolas Cage's Dracula. That movie was kind of, but it was all right. Nick Cage was awesome. I still need to see Dream Scenario. I heard he was great in that too. I love Nick Cage.
Yeah, it looks
I do.
excellent.
Yeah.
When he's good, he's so good. When he's bad, he's really fucking bad.
I know, right? It's like how you feeling today, Nick? You know, where are you at right now?
Where are you at in your career?
Where are you at? Are you desperate for money? Or are you having a good time?
Are we adaptation or are we like Snake Eyes?
Yeah, in the cage or out the cage.
Last years, the unbearable weight of
Massive Talent,
or Massive Talent, or whatever it was. That was a great movie.
They were having fun, those two. Yeah. You could tell they're just having a good time hanging out, him and Pedro Pascal. It was awesome. It was a fun movie. But the Razzies are interesting because it does kind of just like rip on movies. And they didn't, again, I like the idea, Lexi, about how big budget stuff should get shit on more as opposed to this independent, like Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to be shit. It was meant to be shit. It wasn't meant to be a good movie. We knew it wasn't going to be a big blockbuster hit. Like we're talking, Jake's like that fucking mask. You're right, Jake. That mask sucks, you know? We know it is. And they're shooting the sequel now. They're shooting the sequel with Tigger is apparently a bigger part of it. And Tigger's going to be killing bitches more. So that's a whole thing.
I'll watch that.
There's a sequel?
There's a sequel coming, yeah.
Why?
Like, just because Tigger on a rampage sounds awesome.
Could be bouncing on people, guys, like slashing guys up. I don't know. I mean,
I'm not watching that. Are you kidding? It's stupid.
Somebody's watching it.
Somebody will.
Blood and Honey 2 is coming. Maybe that'll be up for a Razzie, but then again, hopefully it's something that is like a big budget thing that they failed bad on, because that is a bigger thing. You're spending so much money for it. And like I said with The Exorcist, like, so that makes sense. They spent like $400 million on that franchise to buy it for Universal. And then it's just like
the 6th Exorcist movie or something like that. Leave it alone.
And like that Shazam movie, that literally came, like, the first movie was so good, and I was sitting around praising like that film, and I said, this is the movie that can save the DC franchise, and that second one literally tanked the whole franchise with like one blow. And you're like, damn, like, okay, never mind, that's a Razzie worthy film right there. Something that tanks a franchise in its second film. Whoa.
Done. He probably thought Zachary Levi thought he was probably doing this for a long time, but again, you know, a lot of shit happened. A lot of shit went down with him.
For sure. Like, you ruined that for that kid all day.
Oh yeah, that kid was great. The kids were the best part of those movies. The kids were awesome. Like his best friend, I loved him so much. He was great. With like he was just awesome. But yeah, they did get smashed. But again, it was all messed up because James Gunn again was just demolishing and just ripping apart the whole DCU. So you were gonna be done with them anyways. Like there was no way anybody's gonna survive besides John Cena, I would say. You know, everybody else is just cutting room floor. So the Razzies are fun that way because they do make fun of Hollywood because, again, they happen the day before the big event that everybody wants to go to. And I'm talking about the Oscars, everybody. And that leads me to our feature story of the night. Well, that was a lot with the Oscars, everybody. A lot with the Oscars. I'll break down some things fast, and we'll go through and we'll talk about it, of course. I guess the big winner of the night was Oppenheimer. Really did just took most of the awards home. 7 awards: Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor, Best Film Editing, Best Cinematography, and Best Score. So a lot of awards for Oppenheimer. I know Christopher Nolan was probably freaking loving it last night, having a great time. And he gave a great speech. And I think a lot of people like Robert Downey Jr., like, he deserved it. Like, it was fun. They were making, like, I think Jimmy Kimmel did a lot, making fun of his past, like where he came from, and he'd be like, "Yes, 2 on the nose. Yes, I did a lot of drugs when I was younger." But it was still like a fun thing. I'm shocked about Barbie a little bit because I thought that Barbie would get something, even like, yeah, when it came down to best set design, even. But I know Poor Things had an amazing set design as well. So I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like you're battling those 2 movies, and it was just both are just fantastic, visually stunning. So I thought they'd give Barbie one or the other, either costume or set design. But again, Poor Things got both of those. So Poor Things got best costume, best production design, best makeup and hairstyling, best actress, of course, Emma Stone, and she was fantastic in that freaking movie. Like being a child in a full adult woman's body and the way she portrayed it and went through those motions, yeah, she was awesome. Lily Gladstone did a great job in Killers of the Flower Moon as well. But I think just like the progression, and Emma Stone really wanted it this year. I feel like everything she did for that role was amazing. But then Barbie got, Billie Eilish, Best Original Song. That happened. So that was the one award it did get. And Billie Eilish, being the youngest person, 22 years old, to win 2 Oscars is pretty freaking amazing too. And she did a great job. Killing it, Rachel. It's insane to me. But good for her. Her and Phineas are an awesome combination. The Zone of Interest got Best Sound. You had Best Animated Film, The Boy and the Heron. Best Supporting Actress, Divine Joy Randolph, and I hear she was freaking great in the Holdovers. I haven't seen that yet, but I hear she's fucking great. Also, Best International Feature Film, The Zone of Interest. Best Documentary, 20 Days in Maripol. Best Original Screenplay, Anatomy of a Fail. Best Adapted Screenplay. Again, this is one I thought maybe Barbie Whip and American Fiction got it. I haven't had a chance to watch that, but I hear that's also pretty freaking awesome. But I know it's a tough category. It really is. Best Animated Short was The War Is Over. Best Live Action, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. So a lot of big awards went down. And of course, Godzilla. Yeah, Godzilla won for Best Visual Effects. Godzilla -1, which is another big one everybody's been raving about. And that was awesome. You take it back to what Godzilla was before. Not Godzilla, Kong with like a metal fist and fighting other Kongs. And, you just have Godzilla and humans and the effects that it actually causes on the human dynamic. And they actually got down to the family and dealt with that more, which I think is what you need in a movie like this. Of course, it's a big giant lizard, but then again, it's about how it affects people. But the Oscars were fun. I think I had a good time with it. I love that they did where they had all the actors that come out, like to actually speak to each actor that was nominated for Best Actor, Best Actress, and they would say something about them. I thought that was very nice, very fitting, and very emotional for a lot of these actors as well. And again, I'll say it again, John Cena, everybody. John Cena walking out naked with his little card, and he's like, I can't do it. That was fun. It's a fun bit, because they had a streaker back, like, was it 40 years or 30 years ago that was running across the stage. And then there was the Al Pacino thing at the end. And Al Pacino at the end coming out with the, just reading. He's like, and the winner for Best Picture is Oppenheimer. It's like he just dives into it with no video package. About to kill my throat trying to do an Al Pacino. Oh, and but he said later on that was, I know it's not Drunk Friday. I mean, if I was, I'd be drinking, but yeah, he said the producers wanted to do that. That's why he didn't name any other productions that were up for it too. He said
there were like
we've seen it enough
films that were nominated. That thing would have taken forever.
Yeah, maybe they were just like, we shouldn't really do this, And
no one was surprised. No, absolutely no one was like, there was no anticipation. They just were like, hey, just take it.
Just take it. Oppenheimer, we know you've got it. Just call it what it is, Rachel, what was your favorite part? Would you have fun watching the Oscars? Did you enjoy the production? Are you happy with how it came out? And do you think that they did a good job this year?
I thought the I'm Just Ken performance was a lot of fun.
That's a big moment too.
So that was a real fun thing. It's nice when you get a fun song nominated. It's not just a bunch of bummers for Best Original Song, because usually it's the big dramatic numbers that get nominated. So it's always fun to have something a little different in there. I think personally, Zone of Interest very much deserved both awards that it received, with Best Sound and Best International Film. If you're not familiar with what that film is, it's takes place just outside of a concentration camp. The parent, the father is like runs the concentration camp, during the Holocaust. And so where it especially thrived in Best Sound was they never showed anything inside the walls of the camp, but you can kind of hear little bits of it. So I think that's a really impactful way to do sound, and that they very much deserved that award.
Yeah.
So that's excellent. The best adaptation category was absolutely fucking insane. Adapted screenplay, that was just fully stacked with everything that won awards this year. Like that category was probably one of the most competitive categories. And of course Oppenheimer won that one as well. Yeah, of course it did. And honestly, I still stand by that Barbie didn't deserve to be an adapted screenplay.
Yeah,
I was an original screenplay.
I thought that there was a big thing people were talking about that too. We were talking about that for weeks beforehand.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised though. Like the American Fiction got that actually. It's American Fiction, which they kind of came out of nowhere. I think that kind of came over out of nowhere a little bit. You know, for me, I don't think people were thinking or expecting for that to win that award. You know, I assume they did. But good for them. And again,
that win an Oscar. That is 100% true.
Which was a big thing too. People were talking about. Usually, the trend has been for like Best Picture. It's been a lower budget, you know, kind of like not big budget like Oppenheimer is, like big box office smash. That hasn't won an Oscar for Best Picture in years. So it was a big accomplishment that actually happened. But again, I think that touched a lot of people, and the Barbenheimer movement also made that happen as well.
I think the box office would have been lower for Oppenheimer had the Barbie thing had not happened with it, but I do still think it would have swept as many awards.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and the acting in it was just, I mean, phenomenal. Again, like I said, freaking Robert Downey Jr. He's like just killing it, you know?
I liked the joke when Jimmy Kimmel was talking about how a lot of people are upset that Greta didn't get a nom for Best Director, and the crowd is like cheering, and he's like, "What are you doing? You had to vote on it. You didn't vote her in for this." So
it's because of you that this happened. 100%. That was fun too. He's like, and they still laughed about it too afterwards. Right. That was just kind of funny. But the Ken thing too, like honestly, I was like very surprised at the way that Ryan did it. I think it was great. He was having a good time. People seemed to love it a lot. I love this moment too, where he was just like, the song starts and he's like behind Margot Robbie, with the hat, and he's just like kind of surprised. And Billie Eilish behind him was like fucking hilarious. You can see her face. She's
cracking up. They must have had so much fun making that movie. Billie Eilish is an absolute powerhouse. She is killing it. I cannot imagine being 22 and won award from an EGOT.
Yeah. How is that impossible?
All she needs is a Tony. She could get that next year. If she wants to work on a Broadway show sometime in the next year or two, she could absolutely get that wrapped up before 25.
Easily. I think she can do it. I think if anybody's going to do it, it could be her.
Oh, absolutely. And to have won 2 Academy Awards by 22.
Wild. It blows my mind.
The most amount of Academy Awards anyone has ever won, I think, was like 4 or 5. It's not a very big number. So she could, I mean, she's so early in her career that she could absolutely blow that out of the water, especially if she wants to make a hard turn towards soundtracks.
Yeah. And she could. Look at the James Bond one. Look how well that did to her. That's the original song for James Bond. Now she's doing Barbie. It's like there's big songs she's making. Her and Phineas are a great combination, and she's just a fucking talent. So,
absolutely.
Billy's a star. You're right, Ty. Fucking star.
She's.
I also.
You can't even hate on her. Like you can't.
No, you can't hate on her. I also love all the presentations were fun with like Michael Keaton coming out, and they had the Beetlejuice music played for him too when he came out. That was kind of fun. And then and he's with and I was gonna call her Moira. I'm going blank on her name now,
Catherine
but from Catherine O'Hara. Yeah, they're coming out together, and then also Arnold and Danny DeVito coming out, and then they're making fun of Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton's there like giving him the dirt eye, like Batman's in the crowd. That was fun too. They had some good things. Jake, how'd you feel about the Oscars, man? Did you enjoy them? Was there anything that stood out for you out of all the awards that made sense, or there some snubs? You're like, how the hell did this not happen? Or how the hell did this movie not win an award?
I watched like the YouTube What Happened Last Night version of the Oscars. But I did watch Oppenheimer today to see why it won. Because you know, if it won all these awards, you're kind of curious as to why.
Curious.
So I watched it and I thought it was good. And as far as the Billie Eilish winning too, right place, right time. I don't like her music that much, but I'm old, so that could be why.
Shit, Doc Savage.
But yeah, right, no kidding.
Are you surprised about Cillian Murphy winning then, or do you think that he was deserving?
I think he's deserving. Because I mean he's done so much stuff, and for Robert Downey, I think this being his first makes sense because he was really good in Iron Man, but was Oscar worthy? It's that kind of thing. Like, so
Yeah.
it's I think he did a great job in this one. And Cillian Murphy's just, and anytime you see him in something, for me, it's like, okay, I want to see what he's gonna do with this character. So that's that makes sense. That does not need to be there. So
Are you sure?
yeah, real sure.
Think about John Cena there, huh? That's a lot, right?
It's kind of, well, there's kind of not a lot going on actually. But and Al Pacino, he's won one Oscar, I think, overall.
Is that it?
I think one. He's been nominated a bunch, but I think he's only won one.
Great ass.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. I thought he messed. I think everybody thought he messed up.
Really?
Yeah, because he just kind of came out and read it. And normally they have the whole like video package. I remember I was like watching it with some friends, and I was like, "Did he just skip the video package? I bet the editor's pissed."
Right? Maybe he's probably just like, I don't care.
45 minutes putting that video package together.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about the editors being freaking pissed. I'm like, they're gonna be freaking livid about this. Yeah, that's really him, Queen. That's John Cena. That's the full John Cena right there.
He's a wrestler. Of course, that's him.
Yeah, they made a joke about like how he used to wrestle naked.
Like a silicone pants on him and blended it to make it less likely there could have been a dick slip.
Dick slip, yeah. No dick slip on the Academy Awards. We had a nip slip on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Committed to the bit,
Yeah.
It was Lopez and Justin Timberlake, wasn't it?
It was Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson. And she got too much shit for that, by the way.
She got too
that
much.
should not have ruined her career.
She got a lot of shit.
He got
a lot of shit. So Lexi, how you feeling about the Academy Awards?
I was really pleased with the amount of Japanese representation that got through this year. Hayao Miyazaki getting nominated for the Heron film. He worked 10 years on that. He came out of retirement. He was like, I'm going to hand draw this whole thing. Nobody deserves this more than him. However, can anybody tell me, because I didn't see, did he accept the award? Did he show up by chance to accept? Or did he not? Because he tends not to show up in America to accept awards. He doesn't like coming here.
Wasn't there like a whole group of people that actually accepted it?
Because he tends to have people accept it for him. He won't come. Actually, he doesn't come here. He doesn't like America. He has issues. He was born in like 1941, so he's not a big fan. Yeah, and that film is about that stuff, so it was a very personal film for him to make. But yeah, 10 years, I'm like very proud of him. That's probably going to be his last film. He's in his like 90s at this point, but he's not going to stop working. And then Godzilla, and then of course they snubbed Godzilla's visual effects director in the middle of her speech, cut it off. So that was really cool. She was in the middle of showing those pictures, so that was fun. But
they're like get out, like you're done, which sucks. I hate when they do that shit.
But it was really nice to see that year that all the Korean representation got through, and now to see a year of Japanese representation. I'm really happy to see that. So I love seeing the Asian film representation in our country, especially with Godzilla and the Heron film. It's we have our history with both those films being specifically about World War II, about the bombings. Godzilla, the original film, is about the bombings.
So there was a little bit of a theme to this Oscars. You have Oppenheimer, you have the Zone of Interest, and you have Godzilla. All different perspectives.
And the Heron film as well is also exactly about the bombing. So it's all correlates. So I thought that was kind of interesting as well, that there was a lot of atomic history showing up in our Academy Awards this year.
It's pretty cool.
It makes sense with the state of the world as it is.
Yeah.
Just to remind people how ugly it is.
That coming back to it. not to take it to a dark place, but the movies that we're talking about are all directly around that subject. So
yeah, I mean, it's true. It's not dark. It's the truth. So
yeah,
truth can be very dark.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
At least
and you know, life is very dark sometimes, and then there is Ken. Yeah, did you like the Kenergy?
The bright pink blob in the pool of sadness.
I'm extremely mad about Barbie. I think Barbie not getting any degree, and you knew it was coming. Like, that's why at least the People's Choice Awards was going to give her something, but bullshit. Yeah. Absolutely. This is like exactly what we knew was going to happen. We knew it was coming, and like people should be more angry about it. And
I fully think America Ferrera deserved Best Supporting Actress. Her monologue in the Barbie film is going to be long remembered.
The Barbie film is going to go down in history, like, as one of the great classics in film. Like, no question. Like, I know it seems like it to some people, but like, you have to watch it, you have to understand it. Like, it's not just because like we're women or we like it and all that kind of stuff. It was a brilliant film. It was an incredibly
deep, emotional film with a candy pink coating.
Yeah, and it's 100%. It's probably one of the most interesting and prolific films made in the last like 10 years for sure, no question.
Yeah.
Especially something that has done as well as it had and had the social impact as it has. I haven't seen a film have social impact like this since probably like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, genuinely, like the way that this one has. And I think that should be something to be remembered. We're all talking about going back to the movies and talking about cinema and talking about what's going to bring us back, what's going to do it, what's going to make us want to watch movies again. And then we watch this movie and it's like, well, there you go. That's what we were all looking for, wasn't it? That whole cinema experience that everybody's been clamoring for and looking for, Barbie did. Oppenheimer didn't. Oppenheimer was just there and got lucky because of Barbie. Barbie's impact directly affected Oppenheimer. And Oppenheimer won because of Christopher Nolan. And that's the only reason.
I love Nolan. Like, I know you don't.
Because he's always winning awards and all that stuff, and I really don't think his films deserve all the hype and praise that he gets. And I'm sure that Oppenheimer is a decent enough film, but like, to sit and say that Barbie wasn't equally deserving, I'm sorry, I don't think that Oppenheimer is going to be a strong competitor to the Barbie film for something that was unique and creative and different that deserved a chance.
When you look at the history of Best Picture winners for the Academy Awards, a lot of them end up kind of being forgotten or less talked about. So it truly means it's great that you win the award. You can put that on your shelf. You can say, hey, I am an Academy Award winning director. But at the end of the day, are people going to remember your movie in 20 years?
Well, I think a lot of the movies too, they're usually, you know, very hard to watch again. A lot of the movies that actually win. Look at like 12 Years a Slave, like great movie, but hard to like watch that over and over again.
Absolutely.
Oppenheimer, a great movie too, but it's like a long movie about like a lot of historical stuff. And it's like, how much rewatchability is there for it? You know, they don't usually go to the movies that you're going to watch over and over again. It just doesn't happen, which is interesting, because you think that Best Picture would be like that movie that you want to see 500 times that has longevity, and it just doesn't happen most of the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know why that is. I mean, I guess because
with atomic history, I wrote like several reports in school on like atomic history. I went to Nevada specifically because I was excited about atomic history. I've been to the atomic testing sites. I've been to the atomic testing museum.
Oh, cool.
I love this shit. I'm obsessed with it. Oppenheimer is right up my alley all day, every day. I still don't think it deserves like, you know what I'm saying?
Everything it's gotten.
I like this kind of stuff. Like, is it really something that's so like, ooh, everybody's gonna want this? This is what's gonna draw people to the movie theater. This is what's gonna draw like a very particular audience. And you know what I'm saying? Like, Barbie is gonna draw everyone. Is it gonna draw like older 45-year-old men? No, it's not gonna draw older 45-year-old men. I'm so sorry.
It's not.
But you know what? Those older 45-year-old men, they are gonna take their daughters. They're gonna take their you know, wives.
Nope, not me.
Take their families. Well, that's if you were in a situation though, you do.
That's fine.
Honestly, like in that situation though, like you know what, there are ones that are gonna have to go, because like, and they'll go, you know what, I enjoyed this experience. That happens all the time. Like, fathers get forced to watch movies with their daughters, and they come out of it and they went, that was a fun experience. That happens to fathers constantly. Like, that's like, so many fathers have an experience with their daughters where they watch a movie they would never have watched, and then go, you know what, that was me and my daughter's favorite film. That's happened. I know so many like dads like that. So many like kids
And
like
for the
that.
kids,
It's a
that's
beautiful
such a
moment
great
too.
memory. That's
It
such
is
a
a
great
beautiful
memory when
moment.
your parent takes you to
connect with your-
something that they maybe
Absolutely.
necessarily didn't want to.
I just I
But-
feel like I knew Barbie wasn't going to win Best Picture just because of again, it was like the biggest box office smash of the year. And I think a lot of times it just doesn't happen that way. It is always these gritty kind of character pieces that delve into some kind of historical thing or something that's almost made to win an Oscar, Like it's something they make it to win Best Picture.
Absolutely. And I'm not saying Oppenheimer didn't deserve these awards. It's just
It's a great
when
movie.
you look at these awards, it's not so much about cultural impact as it is a bunch of people who are ass deep in the film industry voting on other things from other people in the film industry.
Right.
And there's campaigning, there's all sorts of things that go into this other than, is this a good movie, yes or no?
I gotta tell you though, the movie that I think is one of the best ones too is Poor Things. Honestly, Emma Stone again, her performance and and everything about this, just the look of it, everything is so beautiful, going from black and white to eventually bringing in these colors, and it's just evolving, and it's you're changing as she's growing up. And I'm kind of shocked how much sex she has in this movie too, by the way. I'm like, damn, Emma Stone's not afraid to show her boobs today, is she? She was getting in there. But you know what? It was tastefully done, and I think it made sense of the
movie
story
right now for research purposes.
Yeah, for research, get in there because she's, you just got to see. There's a lot of sex in that movie though, and Mark Ruffalo kills it too. He's great. I laugh. He's they have sex one time, and she's like, "Is that what making love is like?" He's like, "Only with me. I'm the best lover in the world. Don't sleep with anybody else. It'll be horrible."
You want to win Academy Awards? You make horny monster movies. Shape of Water, this shit.
Shape of Water.
Horny
that
monster
one.
movies, man.
Horny
monster movies all day, man. That's the way to do it. Fuck
And that's
you
what this
some
is.
Seamen, fuck you some Frankensteins. You get you some fucking horny monster movies.
This felt like The Shape of Water a lot. It really did feel like The Shape of Water, it could live in that world. And freaking, oh my God, Willem Dafoe in this movie too. He's Frankenstein's monster, and then he makes her, and he's and they won for makeup and design too, because probably for his makeup alone, it looked freaking creepy. It was great, and just the look of it was amazing. They all were great. Everyone in that movie was amazing too. But the thing is, again, everybody's amazing in Oppenheimer, so it's they're probably going back and forth. Again, like I said, Poor Things and Barbie were back and forth. I think for production design, that's a big one for both of them because they were so visually stunning, both of them, the worlds they created. And that goes a long way. So that must have been hard, but I thought they would have given, I'll give you one. That's what I would do. But maybe they're just they weren't going to do it. So
yeah, she didn't get one thing. I don't think it's fair that she didn't get anything for any of it.
I think
that's the thing. That there's nothing for Barbie. You got to be fucking kidding.
They won Best Original Song.
They got Best Original Song.
Yeah, which is a great freaking song again.
What Was I Made For?
That's a great song. It's a really, oh man, it's a great song. But honestly, it's just how it goes though. The Academy Awards, it is. And I love Nolan, so I'm not gonna say shit about Oppenheimer. I'm a Nolan boy too myself, but I didn't because I worked with him for so long. So I just I love his stature. He doesn't have a cell phone. I know. He doesn't have a cell phone. He writes all of his scripts on a computer that's not connected to the internet, and
But he has a Peloton.
He's got a Peloton. That's true. He has a Peloton. He has a freaking Peloton, and he's fighting Peloton constantly back and forth. I don't know, but it was a fun night. I think again that Batman thing made me laugh so hard with DeVito and freaking Arnold, and those guys are getting old. I felt bad. I'm like, damn, they're getting old, But they're you fought Batman, and they're going back and forth about how Batman stopped him and shit. It was fun. It was just fun. Michael Keaton's the fucking man. He really
It'd be great
is.
if he took him to Jersey Mike's to get a sub or something.
Afterwards, pictures of them eating freaking Jersey Mike's or Jimmy John's or some shit.
Yeah.
Apparently the thing is In and Out. You win an Oscar, you go to In and Out.
Mm-hmm.
Get some smash
That's apparently
burgers.
the thing. Get some smash burgers. I've been doing too many smash burgers. Jake showed me how to make a smash burger at home, and I've been making them constantly now. Too much red meat probably. I don't know.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's good.
Yeah. Brian's had a decent career as an actor. Oh, thanks, Doc Savage. Savage talking about me. I've worked on a bunch of productions, but it's been fun. But yeah, I really freaking think that overall that they've I mean, it was a fun show, and I do like the way they presented the big awards again with all the actors coming and having those speeches. It was just really fun. It's very fitting. It was a one-on-one personal kind of experience for each actor getting acknowledged as opposed to just like reading the awards and be like, okay, this person wins. It was really nice to acknowledge them that way. It's like the SAG Awards too, where people had more time to speak. I wish they could have given people more time to speak here too. Again, like Lexi was saying about how like people being rushed off the stage, like the Godzilla -1, like in the middle of your speech being cut off. Like that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen, but they do it all the time. I mean, they started at 4 o'clock until like 7:30. You got a lot of time, guys. Maybe just make an extra half hour. Just make it till 8. Let's just do that. Don't play people off. You know, you're already there all day, whatever. But I think Jimmy Kimmel did a good job. He had some funny little stabs here and there. Everybody, you know. And I just think overall, it was a nice night. Nice night for the Academy, I would say. But yeah, Barbie could have won one more thing, I think. Because again,
Brian,
pop culturally.
If you could have anybody host the Academy Awards, who would you have in this day and
Well,
age?
I was gonna say I can't have a person. Jimmy Stewart, but he's dead. That'd be freaking awesome.
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama, he could do it.
Oh, that'd be interesting. He's so
Can
funny.
you imagine?
I think it'd be great.
Barack?
You could just have like that cold, like nope, like deadpan kind of thing going on. It'd be awesome.
That could be very interesting. Nick Cage, come on, let's give Nick Cage a chance.
That would be some
actually
wild
really
energy.
Right? Can you imagine Nick Cage doing it?
Yeah.
I think he'd freaking kill it. I bet he'd be playing different characters and shit during the whole performance too. Like give me but have Nick Cage play every character he has during the whole Academy Awards every time he comes out. Like he's got so many characters.
That would be insane. He'd have to switch in the middle of the same bit.
Not the bees.
Not the bees. Just runs across the stage in the middle of the speech. Not the bees. He's exhausted by the end of the night. He's like, I can't do this anymore. Oh my gosh.
I can't do
quacking.
it. Oh.
How about Rachel? Anybody you want to see like for next year? Because like, there's a whole thing with Jimmy Kimmel that people are saying he's probably gonna do it for all the time. He's already moving up higher and higher in the ranks. He's gonna give Billy Crystal a run for his money soon. But do you think that he should keep doing it? Or I think they should give somebody else a chance. Oh, he's so good.
Like it's really hard to compete with Billy Crystal as one of the greatest hosts of all time. Genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
Has Jon Stewart ever done it?
Jon Stewart would be amazing. I think he did
so.
it one time. What did he host? He hosted something. What was it? It was way back in the day. He hosted something like one time, and it was really freaking
like
good.
Either Jon Stewart or John Oliver would be good.
I love John Oliver.
They'd be
Oliver
really
would be
funny.
Really good. What about the one from the Tonight Show?
Jimmy Fallon?
No. The one that took over.
Oh, Stephen Colbert?
Yeah, Colbert. Colbert would be really good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Colbert could be good. But they always go with these late night talk show hosts. I think it'd be fun to have like a comedian.
Brian
I could do
for
it.
The Academy Awards host.
Got this,
yeah. I'm gonna get a little saucy during the whole show though. I'd probably be a little drunk by the end. I'll be like,
he's gonna be there to punch someone. He's just
I'm gonna punch somebody. No, I'd be like, hey, it'd be fun. It'd be a fun experience. I gotta tell you that to do it. I think we get somebody
funny. You're gonna punch Timothy Chalamet.
I'd be like, dude. I'd probably like, can we stop? I would be my opening monologue I'd be like, guys, can we stop casting Timothy Chalamet and everything, please? I love you, man. You're great. But you're taking all the jobs from all those actors that fucking aren't booking anything. Come on,
he's
man.
on stage trying to fight Timothy Chalamet drunk. He's like, stop being everything.
Let's go.
Give someone else a chance.
You're the Messiah. Let's fight. I want to fight the Messiah.
You don't get to be in Dune 3. It's my turn.
You know, that's what Queen's saying. That could be a thing that can happen. They might. Honestly, I can see happening. Artificial intelligence bringing somebody back to host the Oscars. I can see it happening. I can see it happening.
Will Smith could be an excellent host. It's just a shame,
Yeah, he's banned for 10 years?
He's not allowed.
It's a shame.
It's like 10 years or something like that.
Chris Rock is a good host too. Which that was all.
Chris Rock is great. Yeah. I like comedians hosting. I think it's fun if they have a good opening monologue and stuff, especially some of the greats. But I mean, I don't know. I like Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, but I think that they should, maybe try somebody else next year. But I don't like the no hosting.
I think you could do it like in like the younger demographic.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson would be excellent. Oh no, that would be amazing. I would love that. It would be so unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
It would be so
like
good.
I just smoked a blunt backstage, and now I'm ready to get on here and talk about the next award. Come on, like smoke will come rolling out behind him. I can see it.
What's her name? The one that played Weird Barbie. She'd be an excellent host.
Oh, Kate McKinnon?
Yeah,
she'd
be great.
Yeah. Get Bill Murray out there.
No.
Yeah, he'd be good.
He'd be too curmudgeon-y. He'd be angry.
I think it'd be good.
He should have hosted it 30 years ago.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. Chevy Chase, right, guys? Chevy Chase.
No.
No.
Everyone hates Chevy Chase. He's kind of an asshole these days,
Seth
too. He really
is good. He's excellent.
Jim Carrey.
Seth MacFarlane's
Maybe.
not a bad
Jim
pull.
Carrey would be great.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite lesbian aunt, Jim Carrey.
The nice thing about
McFarlane, I think he's
McFarlane is
hosted
that you
before.
get musical musical numbers out of him. So,
Yeah.
He hosted before. Didn't he have a big dance number and stuff? He hosted a few
did.
years
Probably
back.
did, yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Was it the Emmys he hosted? It wasn't the Oscars.
Oh, maybe. I thought he did the Oscars before, but maybe I know he.
Was it the Oscars or the Tonys?
Oh, it could have been the Tonys. That makes more. I mean, yeah.
He hosted
that makes
something
sense.
really great at opening musical number, and he was great.
Yeah.
I mean, did he do it? He did. I'm trying to see if he did. How many? There people are saying whatever. But yeah, he would be great. There's a lot of people that could be really awesome. So I mean, we'll have to see if they do. I just think
Mike Judge.
Mike Judge.
Oh my God,
A bunch of beavis and butthead
That'd be
shit.
funny, yeah.
Leslie Jones would be really funny.
Leslie Jones could be really funny.
Yeah, she's good.
I don't think the general public would love a black comedian lady.
Wanda Sykes is good though.
hosting
Wanda
it,
Sykes
but-
is
Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes would be great.
Yeah, she's
Wanda
fucking
would be
funny.
amazing.
She's excellent.
Funny as shit.
And
Jay
so is
Leno
Queen
ever
Latifah.
host?
Queen Latifah is
I don't know.
excellent as well.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Jay Leno
She's
did.
funny as
Jay
shit.
Leno sounds like something they would probably do.
It's Jay Leno.
I feel like Jay Leno might have
You
like
drive
in the
in a car?
90s. That just
Just
feels
pulls
right.
up in a car and won't stop talking. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
you want to
He's
see
never
my
hosted it.
cars?
Yeah.
He's never hosted it. No.
Yeah, you see that car in Barbie? It's a 1956 Corvette. Yeah, we drove that up on stage here.
If it was Friday, I'd be like, we got a drink.
Oh yeah!
I think there's a lot of good opportunities people to host, but I think it was a fun show. Honestly, end of the day, of course, Oppenheimer walked away with a lot, but we'll see how it goes down next year. It was fun watching it. It's fun doing these shows after the Oscars. It's a lot of fun. So hope you all liked it. Thank you all for being here talking about it. It's great. And I hope that, there's a lot of good productions that come forward for this next year because we had those strikes. So hopefully there's a lot of good content still comes out. I worry about 2024 being not a lot of stuff coming out, but we'll have to wait and see. It's exciting. I love movies. I love the Oscars. I want to be there someday hosting or, I get one of those awards one day. That'd be fucking great.
You'll get there.
Do both.
One day it's going to happen. One day it's going to happen. It just takes time. It's going to take a little time.
You'll take us with you.
Yes, we'll all go. We'll all be there.
That would be the most unhinged.
Yeah.
We'll all get drunk, and then we'll all go hit Timothy Charlemagne together.
Oh, yeah, like, Timothy, get over here.
No, Timmy Chow,
over here.
run!
Just like
I'll just run ahead of you like,
beating
Tim,
him up.
you gotta run!
You're not
man,
built
save
for Willy
yourself.
Wonka, boy.
I want to watch Wonka. It's on Max right now. I hope it's good. I mean, I don't know, probably, I'm gonna check it out. But he is doing a lot. He just needs to take a little break, guys. Share the wealth. Share the jobs. Somebody else needs to work too, man. Like, what are you doing? You just work all day, every day for 365 all year round? I don't know. Take a break. Take a breath. Go to the beach for a while and let somebody else have a job. Come on, man. But the Oscars came out. It was fun watching it. Hope you enjoyed it. And it was fun talking about it. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being on Kruse Control tonight. Appreciate you so much. Hope you had a great time. Happy Monday. Appreciate you all being here. It was so much fun chatting with you on a Monday, as we do, talking Oscar stuff, Razzie stuff, and a little bit of breaking news. Always fun. But thank you for being here. Mr. Jake Slonecki, thank you for being on Kruse Control, man. Hope you had a great night. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Kicked some ass, took some names, wrote a book. I don't know. I did something fun. Hope you had a good night.
Yeah, it was good. I did not write a book.
You didn't write a book during the show? How dare you?
I know, right?
Come on, man.
I'll work. I'll get
Next
it.
time.
I got to get some of that energy
amp it
from
up.
Timothy Chalamet. Maybe I can pull it off.
His spice must flow, right?
Yep.
The spice must always flow.
Right there.
Miss Lexi Koval, thank you for being here on Kruse Control. As always, appreciate you. Good to have you back. Good to see you. Hope you had a great time. And happy Monday. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Yeah. It's going to happen. Putting it out there. It's going to happen. And Rachel Blakely, thank you for being on Kruse Control as always, too. The Queen of Mondays. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. So good to see you. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. And thank you for being here as always.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Queen of Mondays.
Thanks, Peppy.
Thanks, Peppy.
And thank you all for being here. As always, we appreciate you. It's been a fun night. I'm excited to see what the rest of the week brings.
Is it Friday yet?
It's not Friday yet, Pep Star. Calm down, man. You just got to calm down. The week doesn't go by fast
Tell your
enough.
friends to watch us live.
Well, your
Thanks
dog's
for
an
pitching that
alcoholic.
shit.
That's why
He
likes
is
Friday so much.
He is.
Love y'all.
He is a little bit of an alcoholic. He really is. You know, sometimes he drinks too much. I'm like, dude, you gotta calm down. He loves old fashions and Jack and Cokes. I don't know what it is, but that's all he just loves it too much.
Hey now, hey now.
Hey, Peppy, it's true, man. It's fucking true.
Guy.
Yeah, you know, he really isn't. He really isn't. But he just likes to. He likes to drink and he likes to hang out. You know.
You know how I look. I do what I do because I'm doing what I do. I'm fly.
I know you are, Peps. Thank you for being here, Peppy. I appreciate you as always. It's great to see you. And thank you all for being here. So excited to see you. You know, it's gonna be great. Peppy, that's my line. I'm not there yet. Calm the fuck down. I love you, man. Anyways, have a great night. Appreciate you. You gotta like and subscribe. You gotta spread the word. Keep those numbers going up. We appreciate you so much for being here on Kruse Control. Hit that bell if you want. And you gotta tell everybody. You tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandpas, your grandpas, your great-great-grandpas, great-great-grandpas, and all the grandmas and grandpas in the whole universe that came down from Venus and made more Venus and Jupiter babies, and all of a sudden they came down and made chinchilla babies with fucking squirrels and badgers and beavers and bears and all the woodland creatures and all the marsupials and every freaking boat, ship, animal that came into a ship and became another ship animal that was out of make sense, but they subscribed, and you can subscribe, and the mailman subscribed because Peppy peed on his leg and then humped him 500 times. He said, okay, I'll subscribe. Please stop, I'll subscribe. And all the people out there that came down from every place in the universe, and then America, Europe, Australia, the kangaroos too, they hopped the barn, and they said, subscribe to Kruse Control. They all are fucking born. You're on board. We thank you so much for being here on Kruse Control. Keep those numbers going up. We love you. We appreciate you. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you back on Hump Day for our Wednesday edition of Kruse Control. I appreciate you so much. And the fucking chickens are great too. They peck away and they love us all day. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control, everybody. Appreciate you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we will be back on Wednesday again for our humpiest of Hump Day editions of Kruse Control. And I can't wait for us to talk then. So appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night. And yeah, I guess we'll see you on Wednesday. It's crazy. The week goes by so fast. It'll be Wednesday before you know it. Anyways, everybody, until then, see ya.
Bye.